Have you ever felt like your life is running on autopilot? Like the goals you're chasing, the beliefs you hold, even the words you say every morning when you wake up, none of it is really your own choice. If you've ever thought you're stuck in a reality that doesn't quite fit you, the reason might be the words you use yourself. No one has told you this. But the truth is, every word you speak isn't just a sound or noise. Each one is a code, a mantra. And without realizing it, you're chanting these mantras every day, trapping yourself and your future in a fixed boundary. From childhood, what we've learned, what we've been taught in school and college, there's a world beyond that. A hidden truth that's been kept out of sight from ordinary people for centuries. Society has taught you that language is just a way to communicate. But what they didn't teach is that language is basically a programming language. Just like a computer's software is controlled by specific codes, your brain and your reality are controlled by the words you use. For thousands of years, spells or magic mantras have been hidden in language to keep people mentally enslaved. This video isn't ordinary. It's a door. Today, we're going to break that secret code and see how our thinking power is caged behind everyday words. Looking at history, you'll see that those in power, kings, emperors, or modern so-called elite classes, always knew the power of language. They knew that if ordinary people aren't chained physically but mentally, that slavery lasts the longest. And the walls of this mental prison aren't made of bricks or stones. They're made of words. Look at English. What we learn in school is called spelling. When you write or say a word, you're spelling it. But have you thought where this word comes from? Spell means magic incantation. In ancient times, wizards would cast their spells to change reality. And today, every time you spell a word, you're unknowingly chanting a mantra. This isn't a fairy tale. It's a harsh linguistic reality. When you form a sentence, you're giving the universe a specific shape, a specific meaning. Let's dissect some common words you use every day but never think about their deeper meaning. Think about the days of the week. We say weekdays. In English, week and week, meaning feeble, sound exactly the same. Is this just coincidence or a message for your subconscious mind? Each day of the week is just a cycle to keep you weak until you reach the weekend where you've drained all your energy. Society has designed this routine so you constantly feel weak and dependent on the system now. Think about mornings. When we wake up, we say, "Good morning." But in English, mourning, grieving, and mourning sound the same. Mourning means grieving over a loss. Usually when someone dies, we mourn. So every morning, what are you really grieving? From a spiritual view, when you sleep at night, you merge with the infinite, your soul is free. And when you wake up, you lose that infinite possibility and return to this limited, routine-bound physical body. So each morning is actually grieving the death of your infinite self or mourning. Society has taught you to start the day with grief, not joy. Let's go deeper. Why do you go to the office or work? For money, right? We say we're earning money, but earn sounds oddly like urn, the pot for ashes in ancient times, meaning you're wearing down your lifetime and energy bit by bit to collect something that ultimately leads to that urn or death. These words are designed so your subconscious always absorbs vibrations of death, weakness, and limitation. Now to the biggest trap, mortgage. When buying a house, people take a loan called a mortgage. Latin mort means death, like in mortal or mortuary. And gage means pledge or promise. So mortgage literally means death pledge or promise until death. When you take a mortgage, you're literally signing a contract to spend your precious lifetime and energy, repaying the debt until death frees you. It's modern slavery, wrapped in nice legal language, making you think you're owning property, but actually the property owns your life. Even the words for humans have deep tricks. Human breaks into hue and man. Hue means color or light dispersion. Man means mind or being, meaning you're a being made of light, an energy entity. But society teaches you're just a blood and flesh body, a limited creature. Again, person comes from Latin persona, meaning mask. In ancient Greece, actors wore masks called persona. So when you introduce yourself as a person, you're admitting it's not your real form. It's just a mask or character for society that you're acting out. Looking at the legal system, the same game. In court, when someone is called, it's a summons. In magic, calling a spirit is summoning. In court, you're called for a hearing, as if controlling you is more important than listening. You go there, but they see you as ward of the court. Hospitals have wards, jails have wards. Meaning, through word choice, your subconscious is told you're under a controlled system, where your freedom is limited and you're under surveillance. Even government. Analyzed makes you shocked. It comes from Latin governare and mente. Governare means to control, mente means mind. So government literally means mind control. This isn't conspiracy theory, it's etymology or word origin. They don't just run the country, they create a system that controls how you think. These words aren't random. Over thousands of years of language evolution, they've been cleverly inserted into our dictionary. The purpose? To keep you stuck in a specific frequency or vibration. When you sign a contract, break it. Con means against or with. Tract means to pull a contract, meaning contracting your infinite expansion into a fixed boundary is a contract. Now the question, why is all this done? Why is language designed this way? The reason is reality. Those who control this world or created this system know the universe is a giant magic canvas. The Bible says, in the beginning was the Word. In Hinduism, creation from Om sound. Modern science's Big Bang. Theory says the universe started from a huge sound or explosion, meaning sound is the key to creation. Even universe analyzed shows the same. Uni means one, verse means poem or word group, meaning the whole universe is one song or one word. We're all different forms of that one word. So when you speak, you're not just vibrating air, you're participating in the universe's creation process. Your every word from your mouth creates vibration in air, and quantum physics tells us everything is energy. Your words are directed energy, constantly painting new pictures on this vast cosmic canvas. But the problem is, 99% of people don't know they have this power. They're asleep. They use negative words every day, belittle themselves, call their dreams impossible, and wonder why their life doesn't change. They don't know they're writing their own life's villain script. They think words are just sounds that fade in air, but don't realize these words build the walls of their reality. But you're waking up now. You're starting to understand language isn't just communication, it's a tool. But how powerful is this tool? Can it really change our physical world? Or is it all mind illusion? To answer, we need to look at science, experiments that prove human words can even change water molecule structure. And since our body is mostly water, imagine how deep the impact on us can be. In the world of science for a long time, the idea was that human thoughts or emotions can't affect physical matter. But in the 90s, Japanese scientist Dr. Masaru Emoto did an experiment that shattered this long-held belief. He wanted to prove water isn't just a chemical compound or H2O. Water is a living entity with memory that responds to our words and emotions. Dr. Emoto's experiment was simple but revolutionary. He filled water in different bottles and wrote different words on them. One bottle had love and gratitude. Another had I hate you, I'll kill you. Then he froze the water and took photos of the ice crystals under a powerful microscope. The results stunned scientists. The water with positive words or nice things said to it formed beautiful, geometric, symmetrical, diamond-like crystals. On the other hand, water with negative words or insults had ugly, broken, ugly crystals. No specific shape, like the water was sick. This experiment showed us right in front of our eyes that words aren't just for ears. Words have a specific shape, a structure that can change the molecular build of physical things. Now pause and look at yourself. Basic biology books say an adult human body is about 70% water. Her blood, cells, brain, everything is mostly water-based. If Dr. Emoto's experiment is true, if a simple word on paper or spoken can totally change a glass of water's molecular structure. Think what happens when you say negative things about yourself or others. When you say, I can't do anything, I'm so tired, or I'm sick, you're not just stating a fact. You're commanding your body's 70% water to hold that negative vibration. Every cell in your body follows that command and starts distorting, just like that hate-labeled water bottle. We often say words hurt more than physical blows. Science now proves it's not just metaphor. Negative words or sounds disrupt your body's inner balance, weaken your immune system. On the other hand, when you express gratitude, say loving words, your body's water returns to that beautiful geometric rhythm, keeping you healthy and vibrant. Why ancient scriptures say pray before eating or speak good words? Perhaps we're seeing the scientific explanation today. Water doesn't just quench thirst, water stores information. Water is the universe's oldest recorder or memory chip, and you're constantly recording new info on that chip with your words. But word power isn't limited to water. It's much bigger. There's a branch of physics called cymatics. Cymatics is the science that makes sound visible. Swiss scientist Dr. Hans Jenny researched this a lot. He spread sand or lycopodium powder on a metal plate and played different frequency sounds under it. Whenever a sound or tone played, the sand on the plate started moving on its own and created amazingly perfect geometric designs. As frequency increased, the designs got more complex and beautiful. Mandalas, hexagons, or ancient architecture like complex shapes formed just from sound vibration. This experiment faces us with an eternal truth. Sound isn't just heard, sound can be seen, and sound creates shape. What the Bible or Vedas say, word is creation, cymatics is visual proof. When you speak, your word waves push air molecules and create invisible, geometric patterns around you. You're literally giving structure to the air and objects around you with your words. Each word builds an invisible building. If your words are beautiful and organized, your energy field around you will be balanced and strong. If chaotic and negative, you're creating chaos around you. This is why ancient temples, mosques, or churches' architecture and the mantras or prayers chanted there have a deep link. Ancient sages knew certain sounds like Om or Amen create vibrations that calm the mind and environment. In cymatics, chanting Om creates sand patterns exactly like ancient symbols or geometric designs, meaning they didn't chant random words. They used sounds or frequencies that match nature's geometry. They knew sound or frequency can change matter's properties. Now look at modern technology. Ultrasound melts kidney stones, sound waves heal wounds. These aren't magic, they're sound power. But how consciously do we use this power? We utter thousands of words daily, but do we think what geometry our words are creating in our reality? When you shout in anger, you're not just sounding, you're shattering the balanced arrangement of your home, relationships, and body cells. When you speak in a soothing tone, you're mending that broken arrangement. Dr. Emoto's water experiment and Dr. Jenny's cymatics teach us we don't live in a static world. We live in a vibrating, pulsating world where every word from our mouth acts like a command. Like computer programmers write code for software, we create our reality with words. But is this reality limited to our body or outer matter? Or does it go deeper into our brain's mysterious neurons that birth our thoughts, beliefs, and habits? If sound affects water and sand so clearly, how far-reaching can it be on a complex, sensitive machine like the human brain? Here our story turns. We're entering neuroscience, where we'll see how your words literally rewire your brain's hardware, how childhood words mapped your brain, and how you can remap it to transform into a completely new person. The human brain was once thought unchangeable. Scientists believed we're born with a fixed number of neurons or brain cells, and as we age, they die off without new ones forming. But modern neuroscience proved this wrong. A new term emerged in science that makes human potential infinite. Neuroplasticity. Neuro means brain. Plasticity means flexibility or ability to change. Simply, your brain is like plastic. It can be melted and reshaped. And the most powerful mold for reshaping your brain is your mouth's language. To understand brain function, know Hebbian theory. Core idea, neurons that fire together, wire together, meaning Brain cells that activate together form strong connections like wires. Example, imagine a dense jungle no one has walked through. If you walk through once, a faint path forms. But if you walk the same path daily, weeds die, soil hardens, and it becomes a wide road. Your brain works like this jungle. When you first say a negative word like, "I can't do this job," a narrow neural path forms in your brain. But repeating it day after day, year after year, that narrow path becomes a huge highway. Your brain's neurons connect so strongly that negative thinking becomes natural and automatic for you. Even if you want, you can't think positive, because your brain's hardware is now wired for negativity. You've literally trained your brain to think of yourself as a failure. This process happens so subtly we don't notice. Our mind has two parts, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious is what you're using now to hear this, judge logically, but it's only 5% of your mind. The other 95% is your subconscious, a huge, powerful supercomputer that never sleeps. It has no judgment, doesn't know good or bad, it just follows commands. And these commands come from your spoken words. When you say, "I feel very sick," your conscious might just describe the current state, but your subconscious takes it as a final order. It immediately weakens your immune system and makes you sicker to prove your words true. Subconscious doesn't understand jokes, doesn't recognize not. If you say, "I don't want to be poor," it ignores not and focuses on poor, keeping you in poverty. Its language is images and feelings, and negative words images are negative too. The scariest part is our subconscious programming starts right after birth. Up to age 7, a child's brain is in theta state. Theta is like hypnosis. At this time, what kids see and hear downloads directly to subconscious without judgment. Think, what were you told as a child? Money doesn't grow on trees. Life is hard. Don't expect too much. Sound familiar? Your parents or teachers said it with good intent, but unknowingly installed limitation software in your brain. Today you're adult, but 95% of your life's decisions, emotions and behaviors are controlled by that 7-year-old child who recorded those wrong programs. You might consciously want lots of money, but if your subconscious plays that childhood record, rich or dishonest or earning money is tough, you'll never get rich. This conflict between conscious want and subconscious belief is the root of all your life's failures. You're pressing the accelerator, but subconscious is holding the brake. But good news, neuroplasticity says you can release that brake. We can break old brain roads and build new ones if we want. Brain rule, use it or lose it. If you stop using a neural path, brain disconnects those links, called synaptic pruning. Like if you stop walking that jungle road, grass grows back and the road vanishes when you consciously start changing your word choice. At first it feels weird or fake because your old neurons aren't familiar. But when you force positive words repeatedly, you're basically trying to make a new road in the jungle. When you say, "I am capable," "I am abundant," or "I am healthy," new neurons start firing in brain. At first weak, but repetition strengthens it. Eventually, the old negative highway gets abandoned and new, positive belief becomes your default habit. Another key brain part is reticular activating system, or RAS. It's the brain's gatekeeper or filter. Every moment, millions of info enter brain through senses, but brain can't process all, so RAS only lets in info that matches your beliefs. Notice, when you think of buying a new car model or buy it, suddenly you see that model everywhere on roads. The cars were there before, but RAS didn't highlight them. Language or words program this RAS. When you say, "The world is a bad place," your RAS shows you only bad news, bad behavior, negative events all day to prove your belief. Called self-verification or psychological game of proving yourself right. Conversely, if you say, "Opportunities are all around me," RAS magically highlights those opportunities you didn't see before. Meaning, with words you change your brain's filter, and changing filter changes the world you see. So far, we saw how words change our body's water, surrounding environment and brain structure. But is all this just inside body or mind? Or is there a bigger game? What if I say your words don't just affect your brain, but the universe's basic elements or matter? What if not just people or water, but electrons and protons change behavior hearing your words? Our journey's most amazing chapter starts now, entering quantum physics' mysterious world, where observers gaze or hear observers' word recreates reality. Until early 20th century, scientists thought the universe is like a giant clock. By Isaac Newton's laws, everything follows fixed rules and is made of solid matter. But quantum physics' discovery collapsed this orderly world like a house of cards. When scientists went deep into matter, inside atoms, they expected solid balls or particles, but what they saw was astonishing. Atom is 99.9999% empty space. No solid stuff, just energy vibrations or energy vortexes, meaning the chair you're sitting on or phone in hand seems solid but isn't. It's just energy vibrating at specific frequencies. Our senses trick us, showing energy as solid. But the biggest surprise came from double-slit experiment. It changed all ideas about human reality. In the experiment, tiny particles like electrons or photons were shot through two slits. Scientists saw, when no one is watching or observing the particles, they behave like waves, meaning they're in multiple places at once, like water waves, called superposition or state of infinite possibilities. But strangely, when scientists put a camera or detector to see which slit particles go through, the moment observation happens, they stop wave behavior and act like solid particles. What does this mean? It means nothing in the universe is predetermined. Everything floats as possibility or wave. When an observer looks, that possibility turns real. In physics terms, collapsing the wave function, meaning without observer, reality doesn't exist. Your consciousness, your gaze, and most powerfully, your word, is that observer. When you name something or describe a situation with words, you're breaking that infinite possibility wave into a specific reality. Imagine your life as a quantum field or sea of infinite possibilities. Right now, billions of future possibilities float before you. One future you're successful, another failed. One healthy, another sick, all in wave or superposition state. But when you utter a word like, "My luck is bad," you pick bad luck from billions of possibilities and cancel the good ones. With your words, you collapse the wave function and turn that negative possibility into solid reality or particle. Quantum physics has another idea: many worlds interpretation or parallel universes. Theoretically, every moment we pass through countless parallel realities. Each word you say shifts you to a different timeline. In morning, if you wake and say, "Today will be beautiful," you enter a parallel universe where the day has higher chance of being beautiful. If you say, "Today will be stressful," you shift to a timeline where stress is inevitable. Your words are the train lever, switching your life train from one track to another in moments. Many think, "I say what I see," meaning reality first, words later. But quantum physics says the opposite. You see what you say, words first, reality later. Bible says, "And God said, let there be light. And there was light." That's quantum mechanics essence. Before saying, light didn't exist. After saying, it became real. We're all mini creators, constantly creating our own universe. But we're so unaware, we use our creation power against ourselves. We utter words of fear, doubt, suspicion, inviting those scary situations into life. Scientists also discovered quantum entanglement or distant connection. If two particles touch once, even thousands of miles apart, changing one changes the other. Your words and reality are entangled. When you say bad about someone far away or gossip, at quantum level, you instantly affect their and your energy field. Distance doesn't matter. So why prayer or blessings work? Its scientific basis is here. Your uttered good wishes or sound waves can cross space-time and affect the desired person. Now question, does this quantum field depend only on our personal words? Or bigger game going on? If you alone can create your reality, think if millions say the same word, same fear, same belief at once. What happens? Called collective consciousness. When a huge part of society is made to say specific words, they together create a mass reality. And here, our discussion's next and perhaps darkest chapter starts. We'll see how media ads and politics use this quantum effect to hijack minds like yours and mine. They know if they make you say specific words, they can control your reality. We're entering social engineering and media manipulation, where unknowingly you're made to chant spells or mantras that fulfill their agenda. Now, let's see. If one person's words can change their personal reality, think what happens when millions say the same thing or hold the same belief at once. In quantum physics terms, it's collective consciousness. And to control this collective mind, modern media and propaganda machines are built. Have you thought what broadcast means? Broad means wide area. Cast means throw, like casting a net or wizard casting a spell. Meaning broadcast literally means throwing a mantra over a huge population. Through radio or TV, when news or info is aired, basically a specific belief or fear is embedded in society's subconscious. Look at television. Tele means far, vision means sight or dream. Television or television, they're telling you a vision or story. They're telling you how to see the world. What you see with your eyes isn't true. What they show on screen becomes ultimate truth for you. And to create this truth, they use a very powerful psychological trick called framing. Framing is magical use of words. Same event described with two different words can totally flip people's reaction. Say a political movement is on. One news channel can call it People's Awakening or Revolution, making you feel respect. Another can call the same chaos or anarchy, making you feel fear and hate. Event is same, just word or frame change stimulates your brain neurons differently. When government raises taxes, it's called revenue adjustment or surcharge, to soften the negative weight of tax. In war, innocent deaths are collateral damage, so killing's horror doesn't scar your mind. These words act like shields, hiding truth and making you emotionless. Media's another deadly weapon is the spiral of silence. It's a sociological theory. Humans are social, fear being alone. When media broadcasts day-night, most people believe this, or everyone uses this product now. Even if you have different opinion, you fear expressing it. You think, I'm alone, society will isolate me if I speak, so you stay silent. When millions like you stay silent, that lie becomes society's only truth. It creates artificial consensus. Actually, most might not like that agenda or product, but media's magic words make each think they're the only exception. This way, repeating a lie loudly and often turns it true. As Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels said, a lie told 1,000 times becomes truth. AdWorld or advertisements aren't outside this black magic. What we see on TV or YouTube is channel. In spiritual world, channeling means letting a spirit speak through your body. Media channels do exactly that. From your living room, they channel desires, greed, inferiority into your brain that aren't yours. In the beauty cream ad, they don't say buy the cream. They say, aren't you beautiful enough? Or is your skin dull? First words create lack or insecurity in your mind. Then their product is presented as solution to fill that lack. They don't sell product, they sell false promise of regaining lost confidence. Even entertainment, especially movies and web series, programs our reality, called predictive programming. Notice Hollywood movies show big disasters, pandemics, tech changes 10-20 years before real. Why? Some say coincidence. But psychologists say deep strategy. When you see destructive scene in movie, subconscious absorbs it. Later in real, when similar happens or imposed, people accept subconsciously because mind is familiar. Oh, like in the movie. This thought lowers our resistance. We invite movies' fictional reality into our future. In quantum physics, when millions watch dystopian future on screen and fear, they strengthen that timeline and increase chance of wave function collapsing to that scary future. This matrix of language around us is so strong, we breathe in it but don't sense it. Government, broadcasting, channeling, spelling, curses, abuses, all linked. When you curse or abuse someone, you're throwing negative energy at them. Cursory means superficial glance, meaning abuses and negative language bring our consciousness to shallow level. Don't let us realize deep truth. Media and society want you as consumer. Consume means devour or waste away. Tuberculosis was once consumption because it ate body from inside. Modern consumerism does same, eats your soul, time, creativity from inside. You're taught happiness can be bought, but happiness is a mental state or frequency. So far we learned how deep the problem is. We saw how history, science, quantum physics, media all prove words are the invisible thread controlling this reality's puppet show. You might think, is there no way out? Are we just system slaves? Answer, no. You're not slave. You're a forgotten king or queen. This system made all this to make you forget your power. But now you've learned the code, seen how the magician does tricks, so the magic won't work on you anymore. Now time to counterattack. Time to take your script in your hands, but how? How to tear your brain's negative wiring. How to heal your body, bank balance, relationships with right word choice. Need a specific action plan, not cheap advice like think positive. I'm giving a practical guideline or blueprint from ancient spirituality and modern neuroscience combo. Get ready, our journey's final and most important chapter starts where you'll learn to hack this matrix and design your desired life. The first step to freedom from this matrix or illusion world is silence and observation. You need to put a guard at your mind's door. We talk to ourselves all day, called self-talk. Research says a person has 70,000 thoughts daily, most negative. Stopping this automated negative thought flow is your first task. Play a game for next 24 hours. Every time a negative word slips from your mouth or negative thought comes like, my luck is bad or I don't look good, stop yourself immediately. Say mentally, delete. Then flip the sentence. Instead of, my luck is bad, say I'm waiting for new opportunities. This small change starts huge upheaval in your brain's neural pathways. You're telling your subconscious the old program is no longer acceptable. Second and most powerful weapon is two words, I am. In ancient Hebrew, Sanskrit, Latin, all languages consider this pair sacred and magical. Bible has God name himself, I am that I am. Meaning, what you put after I am, you unite yourself with that entity. When you say, I am tired, you merge with tiredness. When I am failure, you command failure to come. I am is universe's strongest command. What follows, universe brings to you. So from today, use these two words very carefully. Never say, I am sick. Say, my body is healing. Never, I am poor. Say, I'm on path to abundance. Remember, your mouth's words are your future's address. Many complain, I say I am rich daily, but not getting rich. Affirmations don't work. Reason is your subconscious lie detector. When you're struggling for rent and say to mirror, I am millionaire, subconscious shouts, you're lying, creates mental conflict, increasing negativity. To break this code, use bridge statements. Don't claim final result directly, focus on process. Instead of, I am millionaire, say, I'm learning new ways to increase income daily, or I'm preparing to receive abundance. These your subconscious believes because logical and true. Slowly shift your mind's belief this way. But just uttering words isn't enough. Add emotion or emotion. In quantum physics, your thought is electric charge. Emotion is magnetic charge. When thought and emotion unite, only then reality creates. If you say, I want to be healthy, but inwardly fear the disease won't go, your fear wins, because fear's emotion is 1,000 times stronger than mouth words. Speak and feel as if your prayer is already granted, called feeling as if it is already done. Imagine how you'd feel if desired goal achieved. That joy, relief, gratitude, feel it now. When you feel future emotion in present, quantum field can't tell difference between present and future. Pulls that future to you fast. Gratitude is shortcut to changing reality. We usually thank after getting, but law of attraction says thank before getting. When you say, universe, thank you for this beautiful life, you signal you're already satisfied. And nature gives more to the satisfied. Complaint is lack frequency, gratitude is abundance frequency. If you talk only about life's problems, you attract more problems. But talk about small good things, they grow huge. Visualization or mental imaging is another powerful method. Before sleep at night and right after waking, these times. Your brain waves are in alpha and theta state. Subconscious door open then. Use this time. Before sleep, make your own movie where you're hero. See yourself healthy, successful, happy. Don't just see AdWords. Hear your success story in your ears. These imaginary scenes store as new memories in subconscious. Brain can't tell real memory from imagined. If you repeatedly imagine success, brain identifies you as successful and changes behavior, body language, confidence accordingly. But remember, this change won't come in one day. You've negatively programmed yourself for 20, 30, 40 years. Cleaning that mess takes time. Be patient. This isn't magic pill, it's lifestyle. Like gym doesn't give six-pack in one day. Good words don't change fate in one day. It's daily practice. When you fall, get up. When bad word slips, forgive yourself and correct. Your words are brush, your life canvas. Till now, maybe you painted life's picture with others' taught words, so didn't like it. But from today, brush in your hand. Color's your choice. You can paint gray, sad picture or bright, colorful, vibrant masterpiece. Power was always inside you, key was lost. Today you found that key. Ask yourself, do you want to live as victim or victor? Side character or hero of your story? If yes, change your language from today, this moment. Delete impossible, won't happen, can't from dictionary. Replace with possible, trying, learning, thank you. Change your words, your world changes. Each word a mantra, a spell. You're a wizard, just forgot your power. Wake up, utter your truth, believe, accept. Your new life starts now.